Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Well, last week we said it was the calm before the storm, and the storm has arrived this week with a big team of runners set to step out over the next few days. And welcome fellas, you had a quiet weekend last week, but it's ramped up this weekend, and obviously the big dual meeting as well.
Yeah, so we have been a bit quiet. We've had quite a few triallers come through in the last couple of weeks. It'll all start heading to the races now, and we're back into full swing with the autumn and the winter approaching. So quite excited for what we've got coming through. Good day's racing tomorrow here and down south. So looking forward to that, and yes, hopefully we can compete.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Well, Trent, let's get into the preview. Action gets underway today, Friday, Ipswich. Betty, last start Moreland winner, lines up in a Class 2 over the 1100 and has had a bit of time between runs.
Yeah, he just had a little bit of a niggle, so we backed off him for a week or so, but he's sweet now. I thought his Moreland win was really good when he wasn't quite ready. He's a bit soft and he was tough enough to get the job done. Suppose we go out there, he'll be on speed again. It's just a matter of how he contains himself, because he can get really hot and worked up. But
it's going to be very hot.
It's going to be 37 degrees or something too, so that's a bit of a concern. But the team on him will just have to do a good job, and hopefully we get a similar result to last start. It's a harder race, evidently, but he's drawn a soft barrier. You give himself every chance. He looks like he's going okay and healthy again. So, probably right price in the market. He's about $5 and a good each way chance.
Okay, well hopefully everyone can tune in to view this before he starts. The other runner on the program, Tobusaki Majul, makes his debut.
He does, yeah.
And has trialled well on both the poly and the grass.
So he's unassuming and a bit untapped, this guy. We're not quite sure, firstly, of his ability. Secondly, he's come to us as
very difficult
horse. He's been a real work in progress. Farriers couldn't shoe him. Still can't get hind shoes on.
As in he chases them away.
Oh, he's quite nasty. Kick him and nearly kill him. Yeah, so
he's got a bit of mongrel in him.
Yeah. So and this all transpired during COVID, I believe. Some breaker had him and didn't do the right thing by him or something. So anyway, we've been able to get him to the trials a couple of times, and he's sort of showed steady improvement. I wouldn't say he could win today. He's drawn softly, so he's going to be bang on speed and see what happens, I suppose. But whatever he does, they'll improve on. So he's a homebred by...
He's an agitate.
He's an agitate, which they're not fashionably bred, but the owner...
Majority of them are fast horses.
Yeah,
so.
But we've got two of them actually, for the same guys, but they're both horses look to me like they're going to...
Probably stick a bit rather than... They're not 800 metre
dashes,
speed balls, which...
So whatever he does today, he'll improve on. I think if he gets away with that today, he's off and away.
Okay. And the name, backstory there, do we know?
It was told to us, but you've really stumped us, and it's a wild one. But yeah, we'll find that out. The name will sound better if he wins.
Will have a bit of fun anyway, and
correct.
Hopefully they're calling the horse prominently today. All right, Doomben Saturday, cutest duel day. Normally on the home track, we go up the road this year. Corfe Castle lines up in the $500,000 cutest duel. Damien Thornton to ride. Newcomer to the Queensland riding ranks, and he's on a few for you guys over the weekend.
Couldn't draw a soft barrier in a feature race, could we? Again.
Alpine Edge did.
Well, one standard. This guy, he keeps 20 though. Yeah, he keeps. Strike rate in feature races is absolutely disgraceful for just drawing horrible barriers.
It's not just feature races.
But anyway, we'll move on. The horse is in good shape, and there's a ton of speed, particularly out wide, steady, ready. I was surprised to see Van Dyke's... Well, actually, no, I wasn't surprised to see Van Dyke scratch that beast mode from 18. That's what happens there. But $500,000 race, you would have thought probably run. But anyway, steady, ready, wide gate, good speed from out wide. I have to have a look at the map and what we do, but I'd be inclined to maybe follow it across. And if you're going to be 3 wide line, if you can follow those across and be in the first half of the field 3 wide, it's probably better than being second last pair 3 wide, in my opinion. If you're going to use them up to get across anyway, you may as well be a couple of lengths closer if we can. And he's in really good order. Set weights makes it a bit difficult, but this year there's no star. Like previous years, you've had your Prince of Booms, the Odysseys, and horses like that who have been basically group performers. And this year, pretty even bunch. So if ever a horse like him can win a race like this, it's going to be this year, and he's in good order. I thought his last run was super, yet again from a wide barrier and ridden steady, and he continues to work well. So 1200, perfect. Blinkers stay on, good. Just need a bit of luck.
Okay.
Crap barrier.
And there's been a bit of money for him. 21 into 16.
Well, I think that's beast mode coming out because he was sort of prominent in the market. So
he was well supported, but I think Trent's pretty accurate there. He's horse we like a lot. Hasn't quite put it on the track yet though. He's won a couple of races, but not quite as to what he shows us at home. I think probably today or tomorrow, if he can be ridden quietly and just get that nice track up somewhere. It's depending on how far we go back. That's the thing, you know. Like
yes, we don't want to be going back to second last or last or something. You won't win.
You know, you could button right off and go right back and then cut the corner and see what happens. You might save 5 or 6 lengths by doing that, but at the same time, you know, you run into some slow ones coming back, so that's quite difficult. I think Trent's pretty right. I think you've got to be a little positive, get into the midfield, 3 wide line, and hopefully, you know, they're coming back to him with where the one's finishing off, because he was real strong at the end of 1100 the other day. I see she's got the booms end up drawing softly as compared to the other day. I don't know if it can improve enough to win, but certainly if it got back to form, it'd be hard to beat. But you know, our guy's as good as we can have him.
And good to have another feature race runner for the Lucky Clover team too.
Yeah,
they're pumped. They're all going to be there.
I bet they are. Maybe sprinkling of money. Maybe that could have been a reason the Lucky Clover team.
A lot more pumped if he drew inside 5. Anyhow.
All right. Well, the other runner on the program, Toby, is Opacity, second up in a benchmark 678. And what do we make of that first up run?
Well, forget it. Nothing about it. It was a 0. You know, I couldn't understand what went on, but you know, he's going better than that. Over to Doomben, blinkers on tomorrow. I think you'll find a big turnaround. I'm sure he can run well tomorrow. His work's been good. He worked really good here Tuesday morning in company. So he's an older horse that's sort of, you know, we were just hoping for a sort of him to run on and run a nice 6th or 8th the other day, beaten 2 or 3 would have been good. Gives us a bit of confidence sort of going forward. But with the result we got the other day, we're just sitting here scratching our head and okay, drive on and just trust what we see at home. So. I'm sure he can run well.
Okay. He might take to get to his peak. He might take one more, but soft barrier.
He's not far away.
And he's, you know,
but he's better than what he showed the other day. And
it was just it was a non-event. He was in a good spot, and I thought was going to keep improving 3 wide. Somehow come back inside a slow one, and then got shuffled back, and game over, baby. No good.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, they're the runners for Saturday. We then move over to Sunshine Coast on Sunday. A couple of runners resuming. Patriotic King has had quite a bit of time off, almost a year, but looked good in his trials.
He kicked through a fence when he was having a spell and caused an absolute mischief to his hind leg. So that's why he's had a fair bit of time off and had a couple of trials to get him ready. But you'd have to say, first up for so long, he's going to take a run. You'd surely think that. If he was to win, obviously, in for a pretty good preparation. But just want to see him go first up. See how he performs. If he runs a place, then he's in business. He win next start or the start after. But we'll see how we go.
Okay. Sounds good. Jamaican Rumba Toad, the other runner, also resuming and won a recent open class trial against some pretty handy horses in that one.
Yeah, I think it's a polytrack trial, so we can't really take much out of that. He did though. He trialled quite well that day. He's come on in leaps and bounds. So this horse we thought was our best 2-year-old, I think, of that season.
It was a Magic Millions type.
Yeah, he was quite sharp. You know, he's ripping up. His work was so good. You know, probably better than Alpine Edge. You know, at the same time and
At home, you
Wisdom
could take
of Water.
him,
Go back to Wisdom of Water, who ran 4th, was quite unlucky in a Magic Millions. This horse is flying, So he gave us that good a feel, and we thought, it's a good horse. Anyhow, he hasn't done it. He's been quite weak and
pretty disappointing as of yet.
We questioned his intestinal fortitude, a bit like Parra last night.
A little jab.
Anyhow,
for the Parra fans.
Beautiful.
Clint Shipsy.
But I will say, we gelded him after his first prep.
Yep.
He didn't spell that well, and he come through all that wet weather, blah blah. So he had a really horrible prep where he was just awful. But this prep through, he's flying. So quite positive he can run well. But we need to see it. We need to see it. Make sure that it's not all just track work. He has got that in him.
If he didn't have those failures of the last prep, you'd go there and say you just win, wouldn't you?
Just win, yeah.
Based on what he showed.
Yeah, but based on what he showed us at home and previous, especially as an early 2-year-old, we thought he was really good. But anyhow, he'll have to convince everyone, including his owners, that he can do it. So hopefully he can.
Okay. Well, excited to see what he can do then.
Yes.
And there's a few in this boat, I guess, isn't there, by the sounds of it? The runners over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Where what they're showing you is if they can produce that on the track. Then...
We're big time wait and sees, yeah.
Yep, okay. All right, well, that's the theme for the weekend. There were a couple of other runners, but looking to
drawn terribly, so we're
drawn terribly, so
we'll
wait for another day.
Yep.
All right, well, they're the 6 to choose from. Best bets time. And the tally, we're all locked up at 7.30 apiece.
No.
You both had winners last week in secret, and then Espiona, the each way. If you had gone
straight on,
I saw She's a Belter.
Yeah,
She's a Belter coming down the middle. I thought I've got him here. That's all I could think of. The tally's going to be through the roof.
Anyway, I was doing the
front
numbers.
third got bit this
your head, Bobber.
Jeez.
So there you go. More winners for the viewers of the show. So
God, Michael D, what a ride!
Yeah. So
what are we around the grounds again for what slipper?
Would you want to do the home tip first and then go the big races elsewhere?
What's your home tip?
No, I'll give you first track.
What's your home tip?
No, I'll give you first crack. There you go.
Well,
long pause.
I don't know whether I should be trusting Jamaican Rumba. That's all. I say Corfe Castle each way in the big one.
Okay, at around $16.
Good each way price. Yep.
Each way price, $4 a place.
I've got a couple.
Oh,
I'm going each way Opacity.
Okay.
This week. He'll be huge odds, surely.
Yeah.
I saw it was about 126s into 40s, so
there you go.
the Tricolours team is
no, I'm not.
rip.
No, I'm not, but I've got to trust what we see at home here, and he's performed at a better level than these horses ever will. So
$46.11.
Yeah, so I know he's got a big weight, but I think a senior rider going back on is a big plus. Damien's new here, keen to ride a winner, so he'll give us the bee's knees tomorrow.
Okay, good.
So he's my tip.
First.
Yeah, and I'm actually like the 2 on Sunday. So
Jamaican Rumba and
Patriotic King.
Patriotic King.
So win bets for those two, or how are we playing it?
We'll take Jamaican Rumba to win and Patriotic King at place.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Right.
So 50 on each of those? Or?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so 200 outlay. And Trenny Boy, you've done the form for down south. Big racing. Slipper.
I can't. I've gone a bit of value. The Snowdens, very good grand final trainers. Don Corleone, absolute luckless in the Blue Diamond the other day. With even luck wins, form out of it's good. Steel City belted him last Saturday. And King's Gambit, he's been a bit disappointing after rating huge at Caulfield his first start, but they've been riding him dead steady and he's been over racing in smaller fields. I think hot tempo, middle of the field barrier, and it just trialled like an absolute rocket the other day in Sydney. So
put my glass
one of the two.
Mine.
I don't know. I can't split those. And All-Star Mile, Alligator Blood, absolute moral.
Okay. So go 50 on each of the slipper contenders there, the Snowdens, and then Hungy on...
Go the whole hog Alligator Blood, cannot be beaten.
Cannot be beaten, there you go. And Toad's studying the form now.
No, I've already done it, but I just needed to remember the names. So I like Cylinder, obviously it's drawn softly and it's logical. James McDonald's on it. I reckon Chris Wallace horse that won last Saturday, Shinzo. Is it Shinzo?
Yes.
Yep.
Reminds me a bit of a horse called Marauding that won the slipper back in about 1986 or 87, whenever it was. Ron Quinton rode it. Made it, come from a long way back, made a big long run at them. Big horse, looks like a raw, untapped type horse to me. So I liked him hitting the line last week.
Only thing was with him, the start previous, when he drew one and he was up on the fence, he was shy to get in between horses.
Yeah,
and the other day he just long run and looped him and
That's the way to ride him, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyhow, I just like the performance last week. Ryan Moore goes on.
Ryan Moore, yeah, exactly.
Great rider. Love to see him win a slipper in Australia or a Group 1, one of these type of races anyway.
Well, huge weekend of racing, isn't it? It's exciting.
And I'm going the Trent Alligator Blood in the All-Star Mile.
Okay.
There we go.
Very good.
carrying Blake shit and us too. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Scrubber shin.
All right, well, it's an exciting weekend of racing, isn't it?
Yes,
So, all right, that about wraps us up.
Thinks that's us.
Quaddy Club.
Quaddy Club,
got
yes.
the cash last week.
Again, got the cash last week again. So
we'll get it
good.
again this week.
I like the confidence.
And we'll be over at the Cuter sale next week.
Yes, that kicks off on Monday, so obviously inspections are underway from today.
Yes, correct.
And stay tuned for purchases from the Edmonds team.
Yep, for sure.
All right, good luck. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks, guys.